4 calls on the schedule today, 1 maintenance, 3 service calls. Let's get after it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they give it back to you when you bring the coil back. And it takes them 7 days to refund your fucking money.
I don't, you know, maybe. But I found this fountain of youth.
Biggest thing isn't in your mind. Don't let your body degrade, dog, like I did. But you gotta put them in right. Those are the ones you really have to put in right. You know?
Yep.
Maintenance complete. Right in the summary inside jobber, 14-day free trial. Click the link down below, head into the service call.
All right. Now, y'all know I couldn't get you through this day in a life without telling you about today's video sponsor, Camel City Mill, of course. Y'all already know, hands down, Camel City is making the best quality work socks out there. And if you didn't know, well, maybe you should click the link down below and try them out for yourselves. Because when I tell you they are the longest running sponsor of this channel for a reason, it's because they bring quality to the table. Every time you put a pair of their socks on your feet, you feel like you're walking on the cloud. At the end of a 12-hour shift, say goodbye to sweaty, wrinkly, nasty feet with Camel City Mill's Dan Merino Ironside Wool Made in America work sock. So many people will tell you Camel City Mill has literally changed the way they work. They carry a 10-year warranty, which again defies the odds of work socks. So go ahead and click the link down below. Let me know what you guys think. Now let's get back into this day in the life. This is actually one of those 18-SEER communicating systems. And when we installed this system, I went ahead and put the ICM 493 in here. This is a voltage monitoring and surge protector. What they're having an issue with is the system's losing communication between the condenser and the air handler. So I'm gonna go ahead and inspect this, see if this is giving me any faults, because there is no alerts inside. And what the customer's having to do is reset the breaker because of the communication from this inverter board. So I'm gonna open this up and kind of take a look and see what's going on. All right, so we're gonna go in here and look. See, we had an over voltage of 261, okay? So what that basically means is this thing is set up for 240 volts, okay? We have an 8% on that, okay? I'd like to, you know, maybe 10 or 5, but the power in this space, it's definitely going to be above 250 for the most part. So we got to try to let this thing at least run without it being a problem. So we have it at that 8% for them. 90-second delay, reset, auto reset, and it's got 5 MOVs. We set it at 5, that's what the customer wanted, but that's how many come in this. And what you can do with that is you can set it to 4, and if you set it to 4, it'll be a hard lockout. It'll let us know there's only 1 left, and the customer can contact us for a replacement of one of these. But that's the issue they're facing here. I mean, it's a voltage issue, and quite frankly, this is doing what it's supposed to do. This is the one I put on the indoor unit, so I wanted to go ahead and check. See, we have that 260 over voltage here, and we have this at the 240, 8%, 90-second reset with the auto, and 5 MOVs. So we'll go ahead and read. This is actually reading 254 volts. I don't know if you guys were able to see that. So that's letting me know they got a serious issue with their incoming power. So the ICM 493 is doing what it's supposed to do, and it's protecting that inverter. Now this system did have a failure with a pressure transducer on the high side, but that's because the parameters in this are set higher in order to compensate for the high voltage coming in, and that's why we have it set at a lower percentage. I would like to go lower, but then that system would be shutting on and off all the time. So I'm gonna wrap this call up, speak with the homeowner, and let them know what's going on. Alright, so I hope that kind of came through clearly. I let the customer know that they're going to have issues because of the high voltage that it is receiving. There could be minimal issues of failures inside of like the transducer, which failed recently, like temperature, like thermistors, things like that, temperature sensors, because they're already at a high risk with the voltage incoming to their house, and I have the parameters at a point where I don't want to over risk larger damages consistently over time. So for them, they might have to just reset the breakers to prevent, you know, catastrophic failures, which I think is a lot better than multiple $1,000 repairs in my experience. So that's why I always recommend the ICM 493 on inverter technology, surge protection regardless of the equipment. I think it goes a very long way. So for them, they're kind of dealing with this inconvenience, but we are in that peak storm season down here, and the customers are going to experience it. Now we have 2 more calls. I have a feeling they're both could be drain line related. Could be wrong, but there's only one way to find out. So this one, I actually just knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, got inside of the software and messaged them because no response. But the unit is currently running. The description said that the system was not running properly. I did see we do have some drainage, but we got some of that nasty pink zoobs. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw the gauges on, check the electrical, and see if there's anything there that's kind of giving me an indicator of something wrong. This is a job we haven't been back to since we did the installation 2 years ago. That's what made me think it was probably the drain line. But like I said, I just want to go ahead, kind of be thorough with it. Always want to snap your photos. Looking pretty money. I don't know if the frame rate's picking that up, but she looks pretty good. Depends on what that filter's looking like, depends on what it's set to inside. Again, so since I'm here, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to clear this drain line, and so went ahead and buttoned it up. It's just funny, like, didn't even notice the person, and then like they started breathing. I was like, holy smokes. So you just keep working. I'm gonna go ahead, just because I'm here, clear the drain line, then recharge, reprime it. That way it's good to go, and it's all I can do because no one's answering the phone, no one's answering the door. This is what we can do with what we got. So I like to put a little stub piece on the drain lines if there's access, because on these Milwaukee pack out backs, this diameter of the hose will fit nice and tight right over a piece of 3/4. That's pretty nice and clear. Nothing there. It's running just fine.
So what do you guys do in a situation like that? I mean, do you guys go ahead and try to perform the work if you can, if the system's running, or you just roll out and come back at another time? I don't want to waste any more money, gas coming back out here, so if I can do a quick little inspection of the system, I'll do that. It makes it a little bit easier. That's what I like to do in that situation. Right now, I'm heading to the 4th call. There's a puddle of water, so again, I think this is a drain line. Let's see if my intuition is correct. All right, so as I suspected, I already went in. It's a commercial building, so a little bit of offices, so I just walked in to see what was going on. First things first is the float switch was in the upright position, kind of, you know, angled upwards, so obviously if the drain line backs up, it's not going to allow it to drain. So that's the first thing. So I'm going to go clear the drain line, and then we'll check the rest of the system's operation after that. So hopefully that plug back there works. That way I can go ahead and get this bad boy cleared. Should have known better than thinking that was gonna work. I'm gonna go get another cord. Let's go see if we got suction. Yep, see, nothing. So it's backed up. I'll go ahead, get my little CO2 gun on there and blast it. So originally this thing was like that, so obviously when it's like that, it's not going to drain. Got a bucket here. This is saturated still, so it's going to continue to leak. It will dry out eventually, but water went in here because it was overflowing. I'm just going down here, but we'll go blast from the outside and close this so nothing pops out. So we got these two with this tip on it. Makes all of the difference. And again, I've said it in previous videos, someone tried to say this ain't the right way to do it, but use your mental on this, right? So if the flow of the water is going this way, right, and there's something blocking it and it's going this way, what's going to happen when there's a blockage? It's going to keep compounding it this way, right? So if you try to blast it this way, which you can, it could lodge it more, but you'll probably end up blowing like the pipe loose. And ask me how I know, right? So I do it from the outside in because of the flows this way, and we're blowing this way. We're gonna go against the force. It's gonna free it up, and then when you put your vacuum on, it's gonna suck it right out. This thing ain't doing nothing. Oh yeah, see all that junk that came out? Now you can kind of blast it this way. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I'm gonna do some SOPs on it. I know this was our problem. I'm gonna go ahead and get my repriming, my recharging jug, and I'm gonna prime this thing up. What I like to do is fill this thing up with some water. Y'all saw the last video how I end up doing the drain lines. I'm gonna do the same thing here once it's complete. And once this is all wrapped up, that's the conclusion to my day. And I appreciate y'all watching, man. If you guys enjoyed that content, want to see some more day in the life, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Click all the links in the description. If there's anything you saw in this video that you might like or want to utilize, it's linked down there. If there's not, let me know. With that being said, if you guys could smash that like button, consider subscribing. All of my subscribers, y'all already know. I appreciate y'all. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Oh, wait. Later.